disgusting could happen in 2017, United States of America, over in a city that she runs. Everyone wants to find the reason, the rationale, the point their finger at somebody.
Do you agree, Paris, there's good people on both sides?
And she's
like the president said, do you agree?
Aaron Burnett, don't ask me ridiculous questions like that.
Why is it a ridiculous question, Paris? You're sitting here saying that this is something that's been going on since the beginning of our country, acting like the president of the United States has nothing to do with it. He has said there are good people on both sides. I am asking you, as a supporter of him who is African American, do you agree?
And Aaron, I'm saying again, that's a ridiculous question.
Why? Why is it a ridiculous question? You should be able to answer it, Paris.
Aaron, it's a ridiculous question because you know that the president was not talking about the 1925 rally.
No, he was talking about the white supremacist, one of whom killed someone at a rally 1 year ago this weekend. That's what he was talking about.
It's a very simple yes or no question. Were there good people in Charlottesville protesting as Nazis and white supremacists?
I think, first of all, I didn't know this was the Joan Walsh show, but I'll answer your question.
I'm just following up.
Joan is allowed to ask a question. If you can ask one too, Paris, but right now I appreciate you'd answer the one you were asked first.
Yeah, and I'm going to answer your ridiculous question by saying the president could have been talking about Mayor Walker if she was there. And actually the woman who was tragically killed by that racist was somebody who I believe was and will always be a good person that was there.
But she was on one side. The mayor was on one side. Heather Heyer, she has her name. Heather Heyer was on one side. They were on the same side, Mary.
Let's be clear.
About the other side, the Nazis and the white supremacists and the person who killed her.
Joan, when you get a show, I'll come on it. But until then, I'm going to talk to Aaron.
I'm a guest on the show. Aaron's fine with what I'm doing, Paris.
Well, I'm not going to be accosted by you and asking questions.
We're having a conversation.
I'm not having a conversation with you, Joan.
We're on the same show together. We're both CNN contributors, I believe. So it's your job, actually.
I don't need you to tell me what my job is. I'm not being belligerent. Let me tell you.
There are good people on both sides. The answer is yes, I agree, or no, I do not. Why is it hard to answer that?
Because what I'm not going to let you do is try and do what you all do regularly in the media, which is try to make it seem as if President Trump is by any means responsible for what happened in Charlottesville, or to make it seem like the president feels that the murder of that woman was somehow good or justified, or that
I said nothing about what he thought about the murder of that woman. I simply am quoting what he said and asking you if you agree. That is what he said. That's a fact, Paris.
And you know what else is a fact? That the president denounced hatred, violence, and bigotry. That the president denounced the KKK, David Duke, and otherwise back in 2016 before Charlottesville. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it took him to do it, but he did it multiple times. And the fact is,
you really think it doesn't matter how long it took him to do it? That shouldn't be. I'm kind of shocked at how long it's taking you to say that you think there aren't good people on both sides.
Because I'm not going to take the bait and do what you all do here in the media.
All you need to say is, I don't agree with that, but you misspoke.
I don't agree with what you're doing. I don't agree with what you do. Don't tell me how just because you don't like my answer, Aaron, doesn't mean that it's not the right answer.
I'm calling you out for not answering.
And I'm calling you out for asking ridiculous questions and making inferences about the president and about me, and it's inappropriate and it's wrong. You could have had a conversation, which I tried to do, about the video that you played, but what you did end up doing is try to make a correlation between that Charlottesville and the President of the United States just because the mayor was searching for a person to blame for it. If you want to blame somebody, blame the racist. If you want to find somebody to blame the racist who killed that poor woman. But those people are evil, those people are horrible, and the president denounced it, and I have denounced it. And I'm going to do it again. But what I won't allow you to do... No, but it's ridiculous.
It is the mayor who said... It is the person that is 45, by the way. She refuses to call the president by his name, which is a separate issue, and I think a big problem that people do that. But she is the one who said he is causing this.
And like I said,
the white supremacist, the Nazi yesterday that Sarah Seidner interviewed himself said
that's called media propaganda. And you're an accomplished journalist. You know full well what they're trying to do. They're using this platform. No, they're using this. David Duke comes on every presidential campaign and he endorses and supports the Republican because that's the only way he can get credibility. And so what you all do is fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker every time. The white supremacists and the racists want to come on and they say, we support Donald Trump. We like Donald Trump. Despite all the things that he has.
Did they say that?
Because it's a media
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
They do it to all of the Republicans.
I love John McCain. I don't remember David Duke
and I don't know why you do a
I
platform.
love Mitt Romney. I'm all for Mitt Romney. I just don't remember that, Paris. I'm not sure
It's a media ploy, and you
Is
fall
it?
for it. Yes, it is.
So you're telling me that happened and I forgot it?
I don't know what, again, Aaron, to answer your question, if it's not Jones' show, I believe what's happening is the media is being allowed to be played by these racists, and you all give them a platform. And you feed into the narrative by asking me ridiculous questions and trying to draw emphasis about the president when he's denounced racism, bigotry, and violence multiple times back in
And said someone
2015.
of Mexican heritage wouldn't be able to weigh in on his case because he had called Mexican rapists.
And insults the intelligence
these are fair
of
questions, and
our
that's the way
colleagues, our
you
black
can make whatever
colleagues.
arguments you want, but they are fair and they are important questions, and they matter to a whole heck of a lot of people in this country.
And
very much
there's
for
a
being
lot,
with
there are a
me.
lot
I
of
ended
people
there.
who agree with
Thank
what
you.
I believe as well.
Thank
And
you.
they don't
Okay.
allow the platform that you give to white racists and white supremacists, and you drawing insincere and ridiculous conclusions about a narrative about this president because you hate him,
Have a
because
great
you want him
weekend,
to
Karen.
fail. I have a great weekend,
Have
and
a
you
great
do the
weekend,
same.
Karen.
All
And
right.
Jonah's not your show. Get one if
I
you're
know.
qualified to
I
do
know.
it.
Thank
No,
you.
you act like it's not. But you have a
Thank
great day,
you.
and God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you both.
Aaron,
And
that was
next,
to you.
Trump insults NFL players' intelligence. Why is it such a familiar line of attack?
She is a low IQ individual. Maxine Waters.
Plus,
Chain migration is a disaster for this country. Chain migration is terrible.
yet the First Lady's parents just became American citizens through that exact program, and their attorney will be out front.